I have a question for you. What is so special about the Wii? The only thing I know about the Wii is that whenever I make a gutter ball, I have to make sure I don't scream and then throw my Wii remote on the floor.
The Wii, the only console that doesn't have people scream, "I'm a gamer!" This was Nintendo's second attempt at making the GameCube work, as it was their least sold console at the time. That's basically what the Wii was. It was a GameCube with motion controls and full-size DVDs. It was advertised in a way that appealed to all audiences so that even your grandparents could enjoy it. The Wii launched in 2006 with a series of launch titles, and the one bundled in was Wii Sports, which was basically an introduction of how to use the motion controls of the brand new Wii Remote or Wiimote. The game itself came with 5 individual sports to choose from: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing. Tennis, you would move your hand around with the controller in a way where you would hit a tennis ball back to the opponent. Same thing with baseball, you'd move your hand in a motion where you would swing a bat or throw a ball. Bowling, you would hold down the B button while raising your hand with a controller to roll a ball.
You guys also remember when you could do this?
Golf, you would basically hold the remote down like you were trying to take a piss, hold down the A button, and swing.
This just looks wrong.
It was stimulating you being in the game yourself. Boxing, on the other hand, had another requirement to play. You needed a controller attachment called the nunchuck to simulate a second hand so it would be more accurate. And before you ask, no, the remotes don't just work like magic. They have an IR sensor on the top, which has to connect to this sensor bar, and these sensor bars have a really thin cable, so don't be yanking it if it doesn't come out of your tangled cables. The Wii introduced a character system called the Me channel that would let you make the character whatever you want. You can make yourself or whatever this is. The possibilities were endless with this little tool. Someone's brand is literally the Hamburger Me. The Me characters would be used in the games that you would play, again to simulate yourself being in them. It was quite cool seeing my Me in something like Wheel of Fortune. This console had a lot of stuff going for it. Many publishers thought the Wii was such a great console that they made games for it until 2020, with Shakedown Hawaii coming out on July 9th.
Well, yes, the Wii was a huge success. There was also a time where, oh shit, I threw my Wii remote at a TV. Yeah, this could happen if you don't wear the wrist strap that literally every game tells you to wear. The only thing that would stop you from wearing it is either A, if you're lazy, B, if it broke, or C, if you have a counterfeit remote. Son of a bitch.
Let's talk about the Wii accessories for a moment. First off, they released Wii Motion Plus, which was required to play the sequel to Wii Sports called Wii Sports Resort. Now, there are too many mini-games to list off, so I'm just gonna name a few. Swordplay was a simple game where you would wave around a glowing sword and try to knock off your opponent into the water. Cycling is a game where you have to shake both the Wii Remote and the nunchuck up and down to gain speed, but make sure you don't do it too often or else you will lose energy. Archery is a really interesting one. You have to aim the Wii Remote up while also pulling back with the nunchuck while holding the Z button and let go when you want to shoot the arrow. Now for the other accessories. The Wii Wheel. This was mainly used in racing games such as Mario Kart. I'm not sure if this actually helped in any sort of way, but it did take the shape of a wheel so you could actually turn. Next up, we have the Wii Zapper, which is basically the continuation of the NES Zapper that was used for one game. Then the Wii Zapper was also used for one game in Wii Play. Yeah, the Wii Zapper was mainly used for controlling shooter games. Speaking of the Wii Zapper, Call of Duty for the Wii! Yeah, there were a few releases that were good, and some that were really bad. It was mainly because of how the Wii Remote was made. It wasn't designed to be something to use for first-person shooters, but mainly just point-and-click game. For this, you're gonna need something called the Classic Controller. Now, I don't really know if anybody actually liked this design, but in my opinion, it does not look that good. Not to mention the triggers on the sides were actually very, very bad. Not only was it the controller's fault, but the console itself. It wasn't really as powerful as, say, the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 when running one of these games. If you're buying a console just to play shooter games, I recommend one of those instead. Now just one more question. Why was so much plastic shit released for this console? Not only that, but just a bunch of shovelware games that just came out of nowhere.
Now that's fast. You're all too sticky for me. Are we there yet?
That was the whole race. It was a one-lap race with no items and just coins.
Yeah, shovelware is another thing that the Wii was infamous for. A lot of low-quality games with terrible controls were released into the market. Not all was bad with the Wii though, cause we had the Wii Shop channel. Yes, now you have the choice of either going to your local GameStop or downloading straight from your console.
In conclusion, the Wii was actually a really good console. It was actually one of the most best-selling consoles as well. A lot of good stuff came out for it, and a lot of bad stuff came out for it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.